In this video, I'll show you exactly how to generate high-quality images using ComfyUI, the powerful node-based interface for Stable Diffusion. Let's dive in. So I am currently in ComfyUI. I am running this on a local machine, so I have it pulled up on my computer, and my computer is powered with an RTX 5090. When you run these workflows, the processing time is dependent on what GPU you currently have. So like I said, I am using the 5090, so the speeds will vary depending on what graphics card that you currently own. This might also look a little bit different if you're using it on RunPod, but if you know the interface, the steps should be pretty similar to get it set up. So let's go ahead and dive into how to set up this workflow. This is going to be a pretty simple workflow for those who don't know how to use ComfyUI. So once you're in ComfyUI, you'll add a node. In order to add a node, you just double click the screen. It'll allow you to search for nodes, and you're going to look for load checkpoint. So just type in load checkpoint on that search bar. Click this top one from Comfy Core. It'll then pull up this little node. Now, if you're not too familiar with the vocabulary of ComfyUI, each one of these little blocks is considered a node. So when I say a node, you're adding a new block on your workflow. So once we've loaded that checkpoint, on this checkpoint, zooming in, you can see that you can select a few of them as far as which checkpoint you want to load. These ones I did have to download separately. So if you don't have any of these or you have your own checkpoint, you can download checkpoints online and put it in the checkpoint folder, which I can do a separate video on if you need me to, but I'm assuming you already know how to do that. So I'm going to leave it on Epic Realism. And like I said, if you don't have that, you will have to download that checkpoint online and put it in the folder. Now, once you've loaded the checkpoint, what we're going to do is we're going to add a new node. This node is going to be a clip text encode. So this node right here is pretty much telling ComfyUI or the workflow what you're wanting to create. So we'll load the checkpoint. We'll grab this clip button and drag it to this text encode. And then from this point, I would add another node. I would add another clip text encode. So you can either double click the workspace and type it in again, where you type in the text encode, and you can click on that. Or another way around it is, I'm going to delete this. You can actually click on the previous one you made, right click it, and you can actually clone this right here, and then it'll make a second node that's exactly like the first one. So once you've done that, this top one I'm going to use as a positive prompt. The bottom one is going to be used for the negative prompt. If that doesn't make any sense right now, it'll make a little more sense once I add in all the other nodes. So then from this point, you're going to add a K-sampler. Just add a new node, type in K-sampler. And what we'll do is add a VAE decode. Put it here. And then there's two more nodes we're going to need. We're going to need an empty latent image node and a save image node. So these are all the nodes that you're going to need. So all we have to do now is pretty much just connect them all. We've already connected the load checkpoint to the first prompt. So this prompt is a positive prompt. And like I was telling you, this is the prompt that we're going to tell the system what we want to make. So in this positive prompt, let's create an image. This is going to be the prompt that you want to plug in. Now you can use ChatGPT or any other AI software that helps you write a good prompt. In this case, I'm going to do something a little bit basic. I'm going to write a woman at the beach ordering a drink at the tiki bar. Code is already connected to the checkpoint. This bottom prompt is going to be the negative prompt. So the items you write in the negative prompt are going to be the things that you don't want shown. So in this case, you kind of want it to be high quality and not blurry. So I could put blurry because I don't want it to be blurry. Now I can also make it so that the face details are a little bit better by typing in poor facial details, or maybe even bad composition or mutated body parts. So I'm going to leave it at that just so that you can kind of get an idea. of what I'm doing here. So you're going to want to go from a clip to this clip as well. Then the conditioning on the ends of these. So this one, like I said, is going to be the positive prompt. This one's going to be the negative prompt, and you're dragging that to the K sampler. And for this VAE decode, what you'll do is grab this latent bubble, drag it to the samples, and this VAE, you're dragging that back to the load checkpoint image, dragging the image directly into this save image section right there. And this empty latent image, this is being dragged up to the K sampler. So that's what the workflow looks like. If you need to change the size of the image, you can change it right there. And the processing times for the image you're generating will obviously be dependent on quality as well as size of your image. So that's pretty much all you need to do. You can leave this all kind of default and kind of see what's getting generated from Comfy. So let's go ahead and click run. And it looks like I am actually missing one more thing, and actually highlights this model. So make sure you grab that model button, plug it into the load checkpoint model, and now that should complete it. So I'm gonna click run one more time. It's gonna run it through, and you can see that here's the image that it generated. So using the prompt, a woman at the beach ordering a drink at the tiki bar, it generated this woman who is obviously ordering a drink at what looks to be a tiki bar. It looks decent. It doesn't look amazing, but this kind of gives you a beginner's course on how to generate an image on ComfyUI. So hopefully this is something that has been helpful to you guys. I have been learning a lot with ComfyUI and a lot of AI tools. So if you guys have any questions about this, leave them in the comment section down below. And like always, I'll catch you guys all in the next video. Peace.